Be me. 24F, got my degree in communications a couple years ago, landed a decent remote job in digital marketing, fully furnished apartment in a trendy part of the city, paid for with my own girl boss money. I spend my evenings curating my online presence, writing think pieces for my small but dedicated blog following, and occasionally doom scrolling Twitter, now X, whatever. My central thesis, the one that gets the most angry comments from dudes, and the most Yars Queen replies from my followers, is simple. You should be genuinely embarrassed if you have a boyfriend in the current year. Not even being ironic, it's a sign of weakness, of settling, of admitting you can't handle your own life. I look at my friends, smart and capable women, and I see them tethered to these men, these guys who still play video games like it's a career path, who think knowing how to grill a steak is a personality trait, whose idea of a deep conversation is complaining about their boss. It's pathetic. My friend Olivia is the worst offender. She's dating this guy Connor. He's a programmer or something, a code monkey. Super quiet, kinda awkward. Wears the same 3 grey hoodies in rotation whenever we all hang out. He just sits there, nursing a beer, occasionally nodding. Olivia will be telling a story, and he'll just stare at her with this placid look on his face. I'm like, girl, he's not listening. He's just rebooting his internal server. She says, no, he's just a good listener. Last week we were at brunch. Me, Olivia, and my other friend Ella, who also has a boyfriend, some finance bro named Josh. Josh is telling a story about his fantasy football league. I swear I felt my brain cells dying. I just zoned out, scrolling through my phone, saw a post from a Korean feminist account talking about the 4B movement. No dating, no sex, no marriage, no child rearing. Based beyond belief. They get it. They understand that engaging with men on their terms in this day and age is a losing game. It's a voluntary withdrawal from a rigged system. I interrupt Josh mid-sentence. Me. You guys know that in Korea, women are literally opting out of men entirely? They all look at me blankly. Olivia, what do you mean opting out? Me. It's called 4B. They've realized that the social contract is broken. Men offer less than nothing, so women are just refusing to participate. It's revolutionary. Josh scoffs. Sounds lonely. Me. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it lonelier than listening to you recount the draft strategy for your Mighty Morphin flower arrangers? His team was actually called that. I'd seen it on his phone. Connor, the quiet programmer, just takes a sip of his coffee. Not a single reaction. Infuriating. Olivia jumps in to defend him. Josh, be nice. Ariana's just passionate. Me. I'm not passionate, I'm just logical. What does Josh actually provide you, Ella? He works 60 hours a week, spends his weekends watching sports, and you still have to cook for him because he claims he can only do BBQ. Ella looks down at her eggs Benedict. He makes me feel safe. Me. Safe from what? A bear? I have a deadbolt and pepper spray. I'm fine. Me. And you, Olivia. Connor is sweet, okay, but your apartment is twice as nice as his. You have a better social life. You're literally subsidizing his existence. He's a dependent. Olivia. That's not true. He's brilliant. He just doesn't like to show off. Me. Right. He's playing 4D chess by pretending to be a background character in his own life. The brunch ended awkwardly. They don't get it. They're living in a rom-com delusion from the 90s. The modern woman doesn't need a man for anything. Financial support, please. I make more than enough to support my lifestyle. Emotional support. I have a therapist for deep stuff and a group chat for trivial stuff. More efficient. Home repairs. There's an app called TaskRabbit. A guy shows up, fixes your sink, and then leaves. No awkward small talk required. Sex. LMAO, Tinder, Hinge, Bumble. I have countless options. There's the hot artist who's great for a Tuesday night. The med student for when I want to feel intellectually stimulated for an hour. The generic handsome guy for when I just need to get it done. It's like ordering food on DoorDash. I get exactly what I'm in the mood for. It arrives, it serves its purpose, and then the transaction is over. No expectations, no emotional baggage, no listening to someone drone on about their day. It's clean, it's efficient, it's power. A boyfriend is a horse and buggy in the age of the Tesla, a relic, an embarrassment. I get home and decide to write a blog post about it. Title, The Boyfriend is a Social Crutch. Why you're weaker for having one. I go all in. I talk about emotional labor, the myth of the provider, the liberation of self-sufficiency. I reference the 4B movement, TaskRabbit, the gig economy of intimacy. I post a link to my Twitter, it blows up, hundreds of retweets, thousands of likes. The replies are a glorious war zone, spitting facts queen. This is the wake-up call I needed. Tell me you're miserable without telling me you're miserable. Classic quote from some dude. Enjoy dying alone with your cats. Yawn. So original. I feel validated. I feel powerful. I'm on the cutting edge. My friends are stuck in the past, apologizing for their loser boyfriends. I'm building my own future, unburdened. A few weeks later, at work, we have a huge Q3 product launch coming up. My boss, Susan, a woman in her 50s who talks a big game about female empowerment but is mostly just a corporate drone, puts me in charge of the entire digital launch campaign, website overhaul, social media blitz, email marketing funnel, the works. Me. Don't worry, Susan. I've got this. This is my moment. I'm going to knock this out of the park so hard they'll have to give me a promotion. The first part is easy. I design the graphics in Canva, I write the copy, I schedule the social media posts. I feel like a general commanding an army. The final piece of the puzzle is the new interactive landing page. Our outsourced dev team built it, but it's buggy as hell. The contact form isn't submitting properly, and one of the core JavaScript animations keeps crashing the page on mobile. The launch is in 1 week. Panic starts to creep in for the first time. No, don't panic. You're a girl boss. Girl bosses don't panic, they pivot. I email the dev team lead. He's some guy in Eastern Europe named Vlad. His reply is basically, works on my machine, not our problem. Useless. I try to Google the problem. I'm pasting code snippets into our site's backend like a monkey with a typewriter. I break it even more. Now the entire page is a 404 error. I spend the next 48 hours in a caffeine-fueled haze. I'm not sleeping. I'm living off cold brew and protein bars. My chic, minimalist apartment now looks like a hacker's den from a bad movie. Empty mugs everywhere. I try to find a freelance developer on Upwork who can fix it fast. They either want a ridiculous amount of money or they can't start for 2 weeks. My eye starts twitching. My boss Susan pings me on Slack. Hey Ariana, just checking in on the landing page. We need to start internal testing by EOD tomorrow. Everything on track? My hands are shaking as I type back. Yep, just putting the final touches on it. Running a few more optimizations. You'll love it. Lie.exe. I feel a wave of despair wash over me. I'm completely and totally screwed. My carefully constructed image of effortless competence is about to shatter. I can't ask anyone at work for help. It would be admitting I'm a fraud. I think about my friends. Who can I call? Ella? She'd just tell me to breathe and do some yoga. Useless. I scroll through my contacts and my finger hovers over Olivia's name. I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to hear her say I told you so. But the desperation is a physical weight in my chest. I call her. She picks up on the second ring. Olivia. Hey, what's up? I try to keep my voice steady. Me. Hey. Not much. You busy? Olivia. Kinda. Connor and I are just making dinner. Why? You sound weird. I can hear him moving around in the background. The clatter of a pan. The sound of domesticity. The sound I've been mocking for years. Me. It's work. It's a lot. The launch is a mess. I spill everything. The broken page. The useless dev team. The deadline. My boss. I start to cry. Not cute tears. Ugly. Hiccuping sobs. The girl boss facade has crumbled. I'm just a scared kid who's in over her head. Olivia is quiet for a moment. Olivia. Ariana, that sounds awful. I'm so sorry. I expect her to say something smug, but she doesn't. Olivia. What kind of code is it? What's the problem? Me. I don't know. JavaScript, I think. Something about an API call timing out and a null object reference. It's Greek to me. I hear her talking to someone, her voice muffled. Olivia. Hold on a sec. I wait, wiping my nose on the sleeve of my hoodie. There's a shuffling sound, and then a different voice is on the line. A quiet voice. Connor. Hello? My heart sinks. Of all the people. Me. Oh. Hey. Connor. Connor. Olivia told me what's going on. Do you have the error logs? His voice is calm, direct. No judgment. Me. Yeah. I think so. Connor, can you send them to me? And a link to the staging site? I'm speechless. Me. Connor, you don't have to do that. It's my mess. Connor, Olivia's worried about you. Just send me the link. I swallow my pride. It tastes like ash. I copy and paste all the info into a text and send it to Olivia's phone for him. Me. Okay, I sent it. Connor. Got it. Give me a few minutes. He hangs up. Not. I'll see what I can do. Not this looks tough, but I'll try. Just give me a few minutes. The confidence is unnerving. I sit there, staring at my broken monitor. My apartment feels cold and empty. For the first time, I notice just how quiet it is. The only sound is the hum of my laptop's fan, working overtime to do nothing. My whole liberated life. TaskRabbit can't fix this. My therapist can't write code. My roster of Tinder dates can't solve a critical bug. I'm alone. Completely and utterly alone with my failure. Less than 30 minutes later, I get a text. It's from Olivia. Connor says to check the site now. He pushed a fix. I hold my breath and refresh the page. It loads. It loads perfectly. I click on the contact form, fill it out, and hit submit. Thank you for your submission. It works. It all works. Another text from Olivia. He said the endpoint from your marketing API was deprecated and you were calling a null array. He rewrote the fetch requests to use the new authenticated endpoint and added a promise race to make the animations load better. Does that make sense? No, it makes zero sense. The quiet, boring guy I dismissed as a background character just saved my entire career in 20 minutes. While cooking dinner, I call Olivia back. She picks up immediately. Me. Olivia, thank you. Tell Connor. Tell him thank you. I don't know what to say. How can I repay him? Olivia, don't worry about it. He was happy to help. He said it was an interesting problem. I can hear him in the background again. Tell her to clear her browser cache. Olivia. He says to clear your cache. Me. Okay. Olivia. I was so awful to you guys at brunch. I'm so sorry. Olivia. I know. It's okay. We were worried about you. You've seemed really wound up lately. Wound up, that's one word for it. Arrogant and delusional are others. The next day, I present the landing page to Susan. Susan, Ariana, this is fantastic. It's so smooth. The user experience is flawless. Incredible work. You really pulled this off. I just nod and smile. Thanks, Susan. A team effort. She doesn't need to know the team was my friend's boyfriend, the guy I've been relentlessly mocking for a year. The praise feels hollow. I didn't earn it. I feel like a fraud that weekend. I feel weird. I open Tinder. I swipe through the faces. It all seems so pathetic. A collection of men reduced to trading cards. I think about the transaction, the clean, efficient hookup. It feels profoundly lonely. I close the app. I go to my blog, intending to write something new. I see the title of my last post, The Boyfriend as a Social Crutch. I read my own words. A man should be an accessory, not a necessity. Dependence is the antithesis of female empowerment. Why lean on a man when you can stand on your own 2 feet? My own arrogance is nauseating. Connor wasn't a crutch for Olivia. He was her partner. They were a team. He helped her because he loved her. And by extension, he helped me because she, her friend, was in trouble. It wasn't a transaction. There was no ledger. He just did it. A few days later, I get sick. Not just a sniffle, a full-blown, knock-you-on-your-ass flu. Fever, chills, body aches, can barely lift my head. I'm in my perfect apartment, alone. I run out of ibuprofen. I lie in bed, shivering, feeling miserable. I think about Olivia. If she were this sick, Connor would be there. He'd go to the pharmacy. He'd make her soup. He'd put a cool cloth on her forehead. Who do I have? I could call my mom, but she's 3 states away and I'd just make her worry. I could text one of my Tinder guys. Hey, I know we just hooked up twice, but can you bring me some Gatorade and medicine? By the way, I look and feel like a swamp monster. The thought is so humiliating. my independence, my self-sufficiency. It's a fortress. But I've realized I've built the walls so high I've imprisoned myself inside. There's no one to help me, because I've spent years bragging about how I don't need anyone's help. I finally managed to get a grocery delivery with some flu medicine and soup. I pay a $15 delivery fee plus tip for a $12 order. I weekly heat up the soup in my microwave. It tastes like salty metal. I crawl back into bed and just lie there, sweating. I feel pathetic, not powerful, not liberated, just small and alone. A week later, I'm feeling better. Olivia invites me out for a casual dinner, just the three of us, me, her, and Connor. I know what this is. It's a thank you dinner that I'm supposed to pay for, and I'm fine with that. I need to do this. I need to face him. We go to a quiet Italian place. I'm nervous. I've practiced what to say in my head a dozen times. Connor arrives a few minutes after Olivia, and I sit down. He's wearing one of his signature grey hoodies. Connor. Hey. Me. Hey, thanks for coming. And thank you again for the other week. You really, really saved me. Connor just shrugs slightly and gives a small smile. No problem. It was a fun little puzzle. Their back-end security is a mess, by the way. You should tell your boss they're vulnerable to an injection attack. He says it so casually, like he's telling me it might rain. He's not gloating. He's not looking for praise. He's just stating a fact. He then turns to Olivia and asks her about her day. They start talking about some dumb inside joke they have. Something about a pigeon they saw in the park. She's laughing. A real, genuine, happy laugh. He's looking at her, and his whole face is different. The placid, blank expression is gone. He looks happy, content. He's not a background character. He's just a guy who saves his energy for the person he actually cares about. I've been so busy looking at him, I never bothered to see how he looks at her. I spend the rest of the dinner mostly silent. I listen to them talk, not about anything profound, just little things. Work, a TV show they're watching, plans for the weekend. It's not the boring drone I always imagined. It's comfortable. It's a rhythm, a partnership. They fill in each other's sentences. They know each other's orders. She steals a piece of garlic bread off his plate and he just rolls his eyes playfully. I watch them and feel a profound ache in my chest. It's a feeling I don't have a name for. It's not jealousy exactly. It's recognition. A recognition of something real that I have completely cut myself off from. I pay for dinner. Connor thanks me. Olivia gives me a hug. I go home to my empty, quiet apartment. It feels bigger tonight, colder. I sit on my designer couch that I picked out myself and paid for myself. I look at my life, my good job, my financial independence, my curated existence. It's all here. Everything I said I wanted. I have achieved my own philosophy, and I have never, ever felt so profoundly lonely. I turn on my laptop and go to my blog. I look at the title of my last post, The Boyfriend as a Social Crutch. Why you're weaker for having one. My face when I am the weak one. I built my entire identity on a throne of cope. I think about the comments. Enjoy dying alone. At the time, I laughed at them. It was a stupid, empty insult from angry men. Tonight, it doesn't feel like an insult. It feels like a prognosis. I open the admin panel for my blog. My finger hovers over the delete button to erase all of it. The arrogant posts, the smug advice, the thousands of likes from strangers who don't know me. But I don't click it. I just stare at the screen. This is my creation. This hollow, arrogant monument to my own hubris. I should be embarrassed, not because I don't have a boyfriend, but because I became the kind of person who would build a philosophy around scorning those who do. I just sit there, in the dark, the white light of the screen illuminating my face. The cursor blinks and blinks. There's nothing else.